Hey, if you've been hearing us talk a lot about 55 pluses in Summerville, there's a reason. Today, we're going to tell you how many there are. There are 7.
7. Why is it always 7?
So in Summerville, there's 7. They're spread out across 2 different counties within Summerville. From one side to the other, we're probably talking 40 minutes almost to get to one.
I would say if you were to go from Summerwind all the way over to Horizons, it would be, I would say, 42 minutes.
Yep. And if you stick around to the end, we're going to tell you about 2 more that are coming to the general area here as well. So wait till the end, and we'll tell you a little bit about that.
So we're going to go into a little detail, not a lot of detail. We've got lots of videos about each specific one, and maybe we'll just give you a few of the highlights for each of them. So we're going to start kind of as the map shows us up and over in this area. Video maybe I'll do some
west, east, or what?
Yeah, so up there at Summerwind Crossing. So this is in the lakes of Cane Bay. It's at the very back, and it is a 55 targeted neighborhood, so not a true 55. I was actually in there today. Really cool models in this. They've got 4 or 5 different models, some of them with 1 and 2 levels. So not a neighborhood that has some of them have like a dozen models. And it's kind of a hybrid. So it's 55 targeted. So there could be a family in there, but I just don't think it's going to happen.
Not with the floor plans like they are. And the most important thing is you get your grass cut for you with the HOA.
Yeah.
That HOA is about $250 a month, right?
It's going to be $250, and they're actually in a special right now. They're not charging people for the first year when you buy a house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no monthly fee for a full year, and they're going to cut your grass. And the amenities are going to be a very nice outdoor pool, pickleball, dog park, in a nice pavilion in a field kind of a thing, and there's only going to be 205 homes in there.
205 homes. And I already saw they started the dog park.
They did, yeah.
I saw the fence up for that.
Yeah.
And I believe they're starting the pool and pavilion area in July.
It's supposed to be done end of this year.
End of this year.
Yep, so it's coming.
So really cool models. The builder there is DRB Elevates, and that's the very back of Cane Bay. So kind of coming back towards us here in Nexton, we're not really allowed to say favorites, but it's got to be our favorite, right?
It's definitely one of them for sure.
I don't play favorites, but you're my favorite.
And usually we would end with a favorite, but we're trying to do this geographically, right? Yeah. So 4 seasons. The builder is K-Homninian.
Good job.
Right?
Yeah, you nailed it that first time. We always saw K-Hov because we don't ever get it.
Watch that video with Rick, and I butchered it like 10 times for sure.
They got weird sounding models over there too, like Marseille and
yeah.
There's a few
Donegal.
Gorgeous neighborhood. Really, a very amazing amenity. So like 25,000 square feet. Indoor, outdoor pool, indoor hot tub, pickleball, bocce, tennis, clay courts.
Clay tennis. Yep.
Those tennis.
That's important.
I know you look at Mark and I and you say, I bet you those are big tennis players.
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think people are
tennis enthusiasts. No. So apparently, if you're a tennis person, clay is super good to play on.
Okay.
Much easier than knee. And so it's the only one that I know of that I can think of that has clay courts.
And it has a boat launch there because of the awesome lake system that they have there. There's canals that go out to this 350 acre lake. I've seen that in different places, so I'm not sure.
Or we just
exactly. We do that sometimes. But you can paddleboard, you can kayak, you can canoe. There's even a spot there within the amenity center area that you can just go and grab a canoe and take it out and bring it back. Yep. There's no charge for that. Yeah,
they take a little. It's like a 20-minute class or something, and then they'll.
Oh, is it?
You do have to pass the test.
Oh, I didn't know.
Take the. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those classes that everybody
bounces that up.
No, I'm serious. You got to take a class.
Definitely one of our favorites. They went way over the budget on the amenity center, $18 million or something like that. It was supposed to be $4 million.
Yeah.
And we have opportunities to still build in there.
Yep.
Because they have about 3 more years of building. You can buy spec homes. One of them we heard about today is very, very well appointed, $520,000 or something like that. And then, of course, there's the pre-owned.
Yeah, but if you're looking for the lifestyle, the cool stuff to do, and the clubs, and the being able to meet people, and if that's what you're into, this is a home run. And this place is one of our favorites for sure. I was in there today with clients, and I was looking at the schedule for today. I think there was 11 different things going on just today. Just today. What today is Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just a Monday.
It's not even a Sunday.
And
I guess it doesn't matter when you're retired.
no, they have billiards over there inside. They have a full like teaching kitchen, not just a kitchen for caterers to come in, but they have sous chefs from Husk and Halls and some of the big restaurants around Summerville come out and do classes.
There's like screens up there and everything for people to
I
watch.
feel like it's the cooking channel.
All right. And then there's one more still in Cane Bay Plantation, right? And Cane Bay, there's 23 different subsections, but only 3 of them are 55 plus. And this is the OG Del Webb. It's Del Webb at Cane Bay. One of, I would argue, the nicest entrances out of all the neighborhoods. 2 pawns on each side.
Blitz. Driving in, it's just gorgeous. It's the flowers, everywhere. Beautiful, mature palm trees, and it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and there's only pre-owned homes in there.
Yeah,
because the newest home there is about 7 years old, goes to about 17 years old. So you now they did redo the amenity center.
They did
about 3-4 years ago,
and so it's got everything. Really, it's got the pickleball and the bocce. I think they have bocce.
Yeah,
tennis, and then a beautiful outdoor pool. I don't think they have an indoor pool.
True.
Yeah, no indoor pool.
No, there is an indoor.
There isn't?
Yeah.
There's an indoor pool for sure. Yeah, there definitely is.
Hot tub. And if you were there, they would argue that they have more clubs than anyone because they've been around.
Yeah,
the longest.
They've been around forever.
Yeah.
And honestly, even if there isn't a club in one of these places, especially Four Seasons at Del Webb over there,
you could start.
Go make it.
Yeah. So Del Webb Cane Bay only has 1,024 homes in it. So it's not like this huge Margaritaville or Sun City. All of the developments here in Somerville are going to be a little bit smaller than the villages or Sun City or something like that. It's not one of those for sure, but it's nice to be intimate. And the amenity centers,
I like to be intimate.
I know you do. Not with me.
Yeah. No. I know that's really bullshit.
But the amenity centers are really, really nice for the amount of people that are in these things, right?
I was just having that conversation with somebody, and they are really good at building the right size amenity center based on what the ultimate amount of people is going to be in the neighborhood. And if they ever do they add amenities, which we're going to talk about here in 2 more, right? We got 1 more coming up before that one, then we'll talk about that one.
Yeah. Now, we didn't really introduce ourselves either, so
we come back to that.
If we've never met, my name is Mark, this is Jeff. We were in the Charleston area living group. We talk about all things Charleston and Summerville wise. Now, if you want to know specifically what neighborhood might be best for the lifestyle you want to live, go down to the description, click on the link down there. We can book a Zoom call and go over exactly what you're looking for to fit your lifestyle and your budget as well.
And don't wait to do that. We have a lot of people that
2 years up
what we ask them to, and that's book the Zoom call now. So we could be sending you, even if you're not even going to come to Summerville for 9 months, let us be sending you everything that we think makes sense for you once a week. We're not going to blow up your email, just once a week, once a month if you want it. We'll send so you can get an idea of what's available at the price point of the neighborhood or the style of home you're looking for.
Yep. All right. So those were the first 3 in Cane Bay Plantation. Those are all in Berkeley County. There's one more in Berkeley County that's the new Del Webb, right? I'm going to let you talk a little bit more about this one because your parents live there.
Oh, wait a second. I feel like we skipped one.
We did?
The townhouse one.
Oh, okay.
That's
Hammock Walk.
Hammock Walk, yeah.
Yep.
Hammock Walk.
That's kind of in between, Lisa. You're right.
If we're going by, if you were to drive by it, you would.
Yep.
And Mark's usually better directions than I am. I'm bad. Sorry. Waze gets me everywhere I need to go. All right, so Hammock Walk, Aston Woods, they came up with this kind of a hybrid. It's townhouses. It's either
villas. They call them villas.
Or so I call them patio homes. But there's 2 to 4 of them together. It's a smaller neighborhood. They're not going to have a big giant amenity center, but it is going to have take care of your yard and everything. So it's really a smaller version of a 55 plus where. If somebody wants to be here 6 months and up north 6 months, it could be a lock it and leave it kind of a place. they've got some really cool little models. They're on the smaller side, but also the price points are smaller too.
And the HOA is less.
Yeah.
That was only going to be about $250 a month as well. So it's kind of cool though, because it's on the, I guess, east side of this, right? I'm probably wrong. But it's on the Cane Bay side of Nexton.
Yes.
So you're still in Nexton, but you still get all the great shopping and everything that's over by Cane Bay.
Right.
So you could golf cart really to both here where we are in our office or over to the Publix, and there's a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks and a Dunkin' Donuts and a couple Mexican restaurants. Yep.
With the library.
Yep.
Berkeley County Library over there.
Yeah. So it's kind of the best of both worlds right there.
All right, so past that one, going back towards Summerville now, the next one is another one of the big boys, Del Webb in Nexton. So that we had the original Del Webb in Cane Bay. This is the newer, improved maybe version in Nexton. Great location, really close to everything that Nexton has to offer. All the restaurants, golf cart ride to the Hall's Chop House, the Taco Boy, our office. You can come visit.
New grocery stores coming.
2 new grocery stores, Harris Teeter and the Publix. And this is another incredible amenity center, another one to like 25,000 square feet. It's got the pickleball, the bocce, the tennis. It's got, big rooms for events. Does that one have, no, that's the art studios over at Cresswind.
Yeah.
But anyway, they added more lots that they're going to be building out there. And they said, oh, hold on. We want to make sure that the amenities are big enough for the neighborhood that we planned. And so they're adding some more stuff. They're adding a big gymnasium that can also be used as a special event center also.
Yep, for comedians or whatever. And this is going to be one of the only 2 that will have a bar restaurant.
That's right. They're adding a bar, restaurant, bar and grill. Not a huge menu. We don't think it's going to be. We haven't seen it yet.
But if you don't want to leave the property,
go get yourself a glass
of beer and a burger.
And a burger over there by golf cart, and you're good to go. Get home. You stumble home if you need to. Not too far. And they're adding pickleball courts also, because that is one thing they asked their people. They said, hey, what do you want? And they said, we need more pickleball.
Yeah. And so your parents live it. They live
do.
there, right?
Really like it. I've been in there with the kids swimming in the pools. And I would say if you asked us what is the nicest looking 55 plus pool, this would be it.
It's just the nicest thing ever.
Yeah. And when people ask what are the top 2 55 plus communities, this is one of them.
Yeah.
And Four Seasons.
Those are our two biggest ones. Yeah.
All right. So those are all in Berkeley County.
Yes.
Summerville is made up of Berkeley, Dorchester, and Charleston County. So the other remaining 3 or 4 are in Dorchester County, which is on the other side.
I'm doing math in my head right now. Do we have 2 more or 3 more?
He hates math.
Really?
I think we'll have 2 more.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other 2 are on the other side of downtown Summerville. Now, when you come, you definitely want us to make sure that we bring you through downtown Summerville.
Yeah.
It's got this really Mayberry feel to it. We've got a whole video where we walked around on that. It's the birthplace of sweet tea.
It is.
Right. And
there's a big giant sweet tea mug down in the middle of town.
We did that in the video.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it if you watch it.
So go check it. Yeah. But my mother-in-law lives in the next one. It's actually called Cresswind in the Ponds, and the builder is Coulter Homes. And if you want to get in that one from the ground up, you got to do it pretty quick, right?
Yeah, they're running out of lots. They're finishing up. Right now, they've still got lots to build on. They've got some spec homes. There's plenty of resales in there. We've sold a couple resales in there. And it is it's kind of a mix between the, oh my goodness, size amenity center and no amenities. It does not have an indoor pool. I know that one.
It does not. Yep.
But it has a lovely outdoor pool, very active pickleball community.
And bocce.
Oh yeah, bocce's a big thing. We drove over there one day and there was like
20 golf carts around just for bocce.
50 people just watching people play bocce. It's a little bit different builder. If you haven't paid attention to the inside of the houses, go check out those. They're a little different. A lot of people like them. The fur, I think, is probably my favorite.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's where she lives?
Yeah, she loves that.
The Ponds is, I wouldn't say it's a master plan community, but there's this little section inside the Ponds that is Cresswind.
Yes.
What's cool about this is you have access to they have another pool inside the Ponds, and it's got a nice pavilion and a fire pit and playground,
farmhouse,
farmhouse. And so if you live in Cresswind, you have access to that. Now, if you don't live in Cresswind, you live in the ponds, you do not have access to the Cresswind amenities.
And now this is the only one too that doesn't have like grandkid area hours at the pool. You actually have to take your kids over to
the other pool. But it
keeps it
from entrance is probably 200 yards.
Yeah.
It's not far. Yeah, you could totally walk it.
Yeah. But it does keep the peace there so that there aren't grandkids running around.
Yeah, one of those kids swimming around me. Get around here. Send them over to the farmhouse to swim.
Mind your own business, will you? Mind your own business. Why don't you tie your shirt?
You're going to be a great old...
I give one of my favorite movies is Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I want to be the Walter Matthau.
Oh, okay.
Grumpy Old Men. That's a life
I would
goal.
feel bad if I was the other guy.
Horrible life goal to have. Really? To be like Walter Matthau.
Yeah. So the ponds, Cresswind and the ponds. And then the last one is Horizon.
Horizons, yeah. Lenore. So over in Summers Corner, Summers Corner is massive. It is a massive. Mostly non-55 plus. But either they have one section, which is still going to be really big, called Horizons. Now, if you're not familiar with Lenore or Horizons, they only have they're only doing spec homes there. You cannot build from the ground up. And so it's kind of A or B. So they've got a bunch of really nice models, but there's not a lot of choices that you can put into this. So it's with the fireplaces, without a fireplace. It's with a gourmet kitchen, it's without a gourmet kitchen. But they are going to be doing what we think is going to be an amazing amenity center over there. It's going to rival, I think, Four Seasons and Webb Nexton.
You're right, yeah. So it'll have an indoor pool. It'll have like a reception area. It'll have the fitness center. It'll have an outdoor pool. It'll have an outdoor bar area for special events. But it will also be the other one that has a bar grill type area to where you don't have to leave the neighborhood to get your burger and beer and things like that. You'll have their bocce courts, your tennis courts, your pickleball courts. There's even a little roundabout area where food trucks can come park up for special events, which is really cool. How smart of them to think of that.
Yep.
The good thing about this neighborhood, even though they are just starting that amenities, is they have the full-time director there.
They do.
That they're already doing events like kayaking and river dogs games,
Golf club, so
golf club.
Yeah. I think it's going to be and the price points in that one are typically, I wouldn't say significantly lower, but decently lower than some of the other communities that we do a lot of work in. But that amenity center is going to be really nice when it's built. And, we're in May-ish of 24 now. I think by the end of next year, it'll be getting close. There's more stuff supposed to be coming over there. They've been talking about building a Publix for like 18 years. It never happens, but I'm sure eventually it will come. But it's a different neighborhood. It's kind of the farthest out away from all the stuff in Summerville. So if you want to be in the country a little bit more, not that it's in the country, but it takes a minute to get there. It's a little farther out.
Yeah. So if going to a grocery store by golf cart is important to you, this is not the neighborhood for you.
Right.
You will have to get in the car, go about 10 to 15 minutes from your grocery store or your coffee shop or things like that. But it is beautiful there. Now, one of the reasons we kind of went this way in talking about all these is Lennar's just a little bit different with how they pay off.
Yeah. So all of the other builders are typically paying. So Mark and I charge 3% for what we do. I think we're a great value. We're very involved in the process. We do all of the home inspections with you or for you if you're not here. We're at all the meetings. We can talk about that in person or on Zoom call, whatever. Most of the other builders are paying us our full 3%. Lennar has switched it up, and they're only paying us a flat fee. So as of right now, we're working on a scenario for how we can get paid to represent you in a Lennar house. And we don't charge the full 3% all the time over there. We're coming up with a little bit of a hybrid play because they're paying us a flat fee and then we're going to charge a certain percentage on top of that. We can talk about a person, but what you do not want to do, trust me on this, you do not want to be unrepresented over there. You absolutely want,
Or in any of them, right?
or at any of them.
Yeah.
You want somebody representing you. When you walk into one of these companies, into the model homes, you're working with a realtor. and that realtor works for the corporation that owns that building. So you do not want that one realtor representing you and the builder because their allegiances go with the builder.
Yep.
Our allegiance goes with you. We work for you contractually. We owe you everything. Fiduciary responsibility, you have to act in your best interest. We're on your side. They're on the builder side. It just makes sense. I wouldn't go in unrepresented.
It's like if you were to go in a courtroom and you were to be represented by the prosecution and you were the defendant, right?
Yeah.
Like, would you want
You would
that?
never do it. So
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
we're very experienced in these neighborhoods. And I'll be honest with you, all of the builders in these neighborhoods, most of them love to work with Mark and I because we're good at what we do. And so we make the process, we have our clients educated to the point where it doesn't become a problem for them because we dive in when there's a problem and take care of it before it even becomes a big problem because we've seen just about everything at this point.
So this particular neighborhood, though, only does spec homes or inventory homes.
Yes.
Some people think that terminology differently. So to make it general, it's inventory homes. Like Jeff said, you only have a few options, and they're going to build them. However, they are planned to build them way in advance. You can't make any changes or anything like that in this particular neighborhood.
So that's the highlights of the 7 here in the Summerville area.
So let's give them the 2.
All right.
that are secrets. Not really secrets.
The 2 secrets?
Yeah, 2 secrets.
Okay.
This is top secret, right?
So one of them is going to be 55 plus restricted,
Yeah.
and the other one is going to be 55 plus targeted.
Is this in Summerville or in the Charleston market?
One of them is in Summerville,
All right.
and the other one is in the Charleston market.
All right.
So you know the one in the Charleston.
I'll take the Charleston market one because I know that one.
All right.
Del Webb Nexton, like the same kind of a model set up there in Del Webb Nexton, is going down towards Mount Pleasant. It's going to be the Point Hope area, and they're already moving dirt down there, and I think it's going to be awesome. Mark and I went down and took a tour, just kind of drove through the woods to see what was coming, and I think it's going to be just as spectacular, if not even better, than what's in Nexton, and that'll be coming in the next year or so.
Yep. Now, obviously, the prices are going to be a whole lot higher down there.
Yeah, we don't
because
believe it. I'm guessing it's going to be
it's closer to Charleston.
plus maybe 100 plus thousand more
To be there.
apple to apple comparison of Nexton to Point Hope.
And then the other one is going to be 55 targeted. It's going to be in the ponds. Coulter is going to be the builder. So pretty much once they finish Cresswind,
So they're moving over.
they'll be moving over to this neighborhood. We don't know what it's called. It's just going to be part of the ponds. And they build this type of home already in Charlotte. So it'll be totally different floor plans. If you want to know a little bit more, you can probably look at the Charlotte plans. So we'll probably do a video on that.
Yes,
Of what's coming and all of that. But that'll be a 55 targeted neighborhood.
do you want to drop a super secret one on them?
Yes, let's do it.
You're a super top secret Charleston dream, honey.
And this is just my feeling as to what's coming. I think there's going to be a second Horizons, and I think it's going to be at Carnes Crossroads,
Where you live.
where I live. Yeah. So there's going to be eventually, I think, another Horizons over closer to the central part of Summerville. And hasn't even been announced or released or anything. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I bet it does.
So why do you think Summerville is such a capital for these 55 plus communities?
I think at least it's the best of all worlds. We have so many people from the Northeast, from Connecticut, not from Connecticut lately, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts coming down, and they're looking here, and they're looking in Florida, and they're looking at the Sun City and Margaritaville. And the vast majority of our people that come kind of do the tour, the Southern tour, and they look at everything, they end up back here in Summerville. I think it's because we're close to the ocean, but we're not on the ocean, so there's no flood zones.
Or hurricane issues.
Or we're far enough inland, it shouldn't really be a hurricane problem. The insurance is a lot less than down in Florida. Charleston is such a historic town. It's been like the #1 travel destination, like 7 out of the last 8 years or something in Condé Nast magazine. So it's a tourist destination, and I think there's a great value for what you're getting in this market.
Yeah. And just to add to that, there's great medical around here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If you need your specialty doctors, they're downtown Charleston. But usually those specialty doctors come up here to Summerville
Yeah.
2 or 3 days a week anyways too. So you just schedule on those particular days. But, you know, we've got the Berkeley Roper, MUSC is building a hospital right here in Nexton. So,
And in addition to the medical that's all moved out here to Summerville, even more important than medical is the restaurants that moved out here to Summerville. So we kind of figured out finally that why Summerville or why Charleston is such a foodie town. Johnson Wales, one of the best 2 culinary schools in the country, depending on who you ask, which one the best one is. They used to have a school here in Charleston. And so a lot of the chefs trained here loved it and they stayed. And so all these really awesome restaurants were downtown Charleston. But now with the growth of Summerville, all those restaurants are moving out to Summerville. So now we've got Poogan's and Hall's and Taco Boy and some really amazing eateries here in the Summerville area. And lots of, not lots, but some really cool breweries too. Like I'm not a big beer guy.
yeah.
But some really great wine bars and beer bars here in Summerville also.
So if you want to know more about this stuff, again, go down in the description, click that link, book that Zoom call with us. Do us a favor, like this video and subscribe and hit that little
Please.
heart.
It does really help us.
Heart.
But come and visit.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.